Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to try on all the products that I bought from Sephora's recent spring savings event. So I'm super excited. We got a lot of good products that I can't wait to try out. If you want to check out my haul video where I kind of explain a little bit about the products and why I bought them, I will link it up here. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. I do all things beauty and a new video for you guys every week. Let's dive into the Sephora haul try on. You already know I got a drink whenever I am filming. I talk a lot, so I always need to like sip on something. This is a new flavor from Poppy, I think. Alpine Blast, which is kind of like Mountain Dew. It's pretty good. Okay, all right. So first product we're going to start out with is a new primer. This is the Always an Optimist Pore Diffusing Primer from Rare Beauty. So I wanted something that's blurring, gonna keep shine at bay, but still feels hydrating at the same time. This packaging is so cute. I think since I'm also trying a new foundation today, I'm just gonna use the primer on one side of my face. Let's just put the primer on the right side. So it's a nice little pump. I might have done way too much for one side of my face, but there it is. It's like a gel. Oh yeah, that feels nice. Whoa, okay. Nice. It feels very hydrating. Definitely put way too much, but it's okay. Feels very hydrating. Like I love smoothing primers, like pore filling smoothing primers, because I have a lot of texture. I have big pores, but I don't like when they leave that mattifying, like weird velvety feel. I don't like that. So this is not giving me that weird feel, so I'm really happy about that. All right, shine is definitely minimized. At least I can tell. Pores do look smoother. It does have like a slight blurring effect. So as you can wear this alone too, you don't just have to wear it under makeup. So I might have to try that out too if I just am having a no makeup day and just want shine to be at bay and just like a little soft filter on. Very, very nice. Okay, before we do the foundation, I did get a new concealer as well. And I purposely got this Nars, I purposely got this for acne scars. So if you're new to my channel, I have acne prone skin and a lot of it is hormonal. So mainly my acne is focused on my jawline. I don't ever really get any major ones up here. It's mainly all around here. This is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This is supposed to be really, really good for acne scars and blemishes. Texture, it's definitely like a thicker pot concealer. But I've seen people use this before they apply foundation and other concealer, so I wanted to try this out for a long time, so I finally got it. So this is in shade Light to Vanilla. So it's a nice little pot concealer. So I'm going to use my little favorite concealer brush. This is a Makeup by Mario F5. I love this. So let's just go in and conceal these before we do foundation. It looks like a good color, right? I don't want it to be too pale. Let's try my finger. Maybe I might need a different shade. It's alright. So again, it's definitely a thicker consistency. And I've been using a lot of acne medication on these breakouts, so my skin is a little more dry. So it does seem to be probably not the best over dry skin, but that definitely softened them. Concealed them pretty good for as red and angry as they are. Down here, I also have a little bit of chemical burn from my acne medication. Sometimes if I use too much multiple days in a row, I will kind of give myself a little chemical burn. Let's try this on here. Oh, that's pretty good. Wow. Like, I like that it softens everything. Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry, I'm using my middle finger. I like how it softens the texture. That is amazing. I definitely think using my finger is the best way. We'll see how makeup goes over it. But wow, that did a really good job. I think maybe it just clung to some of my dry patches up here, which is fine. Because I don't usually have like a lot of dry patches on my blemishes. It's just when I'm going through a rough time. So I think this is a good shade. I just worry that in the summer if I get a little deeper. It's for under makeup anyways, so I don't think it will be that big of a problem. Okay. Oh, okay. I just did a second layer on this guy. You can layer it for more coverage. That's cool. This guy is really dry, so that's probably why it's having a problem. But so far, I like it. We'll just have to see. This is one of those products that is gonna take a little time to like learn how to use it in the best way. Do think maybe the shade is a smidge light since we are going into the summer. I've been trying to self-tan a little bit more, but it's okay. If I really love a product, I can always get it in a deeper color for the summer. The only thing with Nars, they are a more expensive brand, so if I'm really unsure about the color, I might just exchange it. Moving on to foundation. So I did get another Nars product. This is a foundation I've been wanting to try for a while. I feel like it has such great reviews. This is the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. I got it in shade Light 4. I'm gonna butcher this. Deauville? Deauville. Not sure how to pronounce that. Again, this is another expensive product. Ooh. What did I say the shade was? L4. So Nars comes in beautiful glass bottles and it is a pump. So their classic signature foundation look. I do have the, what is it? Their other foundation, the full coverage one, but that shade is just too tan for me now that I'm older and I don't really tan as much as I did back in the day. But so we're gonna shake her up and we're just gonna go for it. And I'm gonna use my favorite foundation brush, the It Cosmetics. This is the It Brushes by Ulta in number 115. This is my favorite. I feel like this shade's gonna be pretty good for me. Looks like it has a slight yellow undertone. I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand. Sounds pretty liquidy in the bottle. Yeah, it's pretty liquidy. All right, we'll start out with a little. Remember, this side has the primer on it. That is gonna be a good shade for me. So this is supposed to have medium coverage. And it's supposed to like blur texture and everything. Just try to do one side of my face. It's very easy to blend out, like, because it is on the more liquidy side. Drag it down the neck. Pat over the blemish areas. Feels super light on the skin. That looks very beautiful. Definitely more lighter medium coverage compared to the other, what is the other one? The Radiant. Nars Naturally Radiant Longwear Foundation. This one has a little less coverage. It is beautiful on the skin and I think the shade is actually pretty dang perfect, especially in the summer. My self-tanners usually have like a more olive yellow undertone, so having a tint of yellow in this foundation is perfect. This looks so beautiful on the skin. Let's see if I can just build a little bit up on my cheek area. See if I can conceal some of that redness. I don't really do too much full coverage anymore, just because I like my skin to look more like skin now that I have more fine lines since I'm older, but see the comparison. Also have a lot of freckles, dark spots, acne scars, so for this to really even everything out, it looks so beautiful. I wish the other Nars foundation was in a closer skin tone for me so I could compare them, but like this side would be orange and this would be pale, so I really can't do that. And I think it went really nice over that primer. Like this area looks pretty like smooth and blurred out. At least my pores. Looks like it's starting to like kind of dry down a little, but it still has a lot of, you know, life to it, luminosity. All right, let's do the other side. I feel like I'm just having dry patches around those two acne areas. So it looking a little cakey, that area, so it's hard to tell. I actually prefer the side with the primer. I feel like that primer just made it a really good base. And everything just looks so much smoother on this side and less cakey. But overall, it doesn't look terrible on this side. Like, it still looks good. It's just looking different than the other side. Again, it's just the two dry patches, and I think that primer just really helped. Finish is so skin-like with a lot of glow coming through, but hopefully it's not too glowy, that it kind of dries down but doesn't get too shiny throughout the day. I'm gonna add a little bit of concealer with my all-time favorite. I'm gonna be a little brave and try some of this under my eye. Let's try it as like a normal concealer. Probably a little too thick and drying for my under eyes because I do have really dry under eyes with very dark circles, but pretty good coverage. I would say it's medium coverage. Let's do some on the center of the face. It's actually a decent color now that I have my foundation on, but I feel like this is a very thick concealer compared to what I'm used to, but that looks pretty good, I feel like. You only have to use a little bit at a time, which is nice. Did I use some under this eye? I did not. We'll use my other concealer to see how it goes, you know. See, it's a little light to like spot conceal over top of a foundation, but that's okay. Might just keep it for underneath and then just use my regular concealer to conceal. Show you the difference. I'll use this under my eyes. I'll show you the difference compared to that one. So this is Natasha Denona High Glam Serum Concealer. It's amazing. So yeah, I feel like this one definitely covers my darkness a little bit more and is less drying. But I mean, that's not bad if you don't have dry under eyes. But I'm just gonna add a little bit since I have dark, very dark circles, even though I get plenty of sleep. So I do have a new bronzer and a new, I guess it's like a blush. This is a Lowlighter. It's like a blush and highlighter in one. This is like a cream to powder product. And then my bronzer is a powder. So I'm not going to use any cream contour because I want to see the true color of this. But I think I'm going to apply this now and then powder my face and then go in with the bronzer. And then we can always add more of this over my powdered face. So this is Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Lowlighter. I do have her blush in this formula and it is my favorite cream to powder blush. It is so blurring, so beautiful, so easy to apply. This is in the shade Rose and Brunches. It is just so blurring. I have a lot of texture, so I like products that are definitely blurring. And when it comes to cream products, sometimes they emphasize texture, but this blurring, it's beautiful. I love it. But I heard good things about the Lowlighter. This is, again, in the same formula. It's like a balm to powder. And this you can use on face, eyes, and lips, which is really cool. But this is supposed to be like a highlighter and blush in one. And it reduces texture, blurs, soft matte color. It low lights and blurs for a natural lifted glow. And I got this in the shade Unbothered, which looked like a more cool tone. And it seems like it has a shift in it, which is really cool. Love the packaging. So yeah, it has like kind of like a cool tone, but then it also has a gold pinky shift to it, sheen. So I'm really excited to apply this. If you're looking for a really good cream blush or cream bronzer brush, this number 64 from Sephora is amazing. I love this for cream blushes. I know it's a foundation brush, but I love this more for like cream blushes. They had a peachy color too, but this one just looked really pretty. I think it's gonna be best for lighter skin tones. Although this might be pretty on darker skin tones also. That's really pretty. Very subtle, but super pretty. It's definitely on the lighter side color, but it's like a highlighter. I feel like it really definitely doesn't emphasize a lot of texture for being like a highlighting glowy product. Wow, that was pretty. I like that a lot, but I think I'd want to use like a cream blush underneath and then maybe put this on top as like a finisher to make my blushes kind of glowy. All right, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Don't think I'm gonna put this on this side of the face until after that bronzer because I really want to see the true color of this. Definitely think I still prefer like the blushes over this just because blushes have a little more color and it's a little more blurring because it doesn't have like the glow in it, but that is really pretty. All right, I'm gonna quickly powder my face and then we'll move on to the bronzer. Okay guys, so I just powdered. I want to say I applied powder over this and it still is coming through with a beautiful glow, so that is awesome. Like the powder didn't dye it down or anything, so I like how subtle it is and doesn't emphasize my texture. All right, let's move on to the powder bronzer. This is by Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the shade Luminous Bronze Light. So I love my Hourglass palettes and I was finding that I was using that bronzer in my Evil Eye palette like so much. Like this is the bronzer I kept wanting to reach for like every day. So I wanted to try a full-size Hourglass, although they didn't have this actual shade, this bronzer, natural bronze, in store. At least I didn't notice it or see it. 3 shades in this, and I ended up going with the Luminous Bronze Light. It's not like a matte powdery bronzer that just kind of looks so flat on your face, and it's not like a bronzer that's like glowy and shimmery. I feel like it's that perfect in between where it's very natural and just looks beautiful on the skin without looking too shimmery or shiny and not too flat. Now, this is like the middle shade. They did have a cool tone bronzer, which is usually what I go for, but it had a very strong red undertone when I swatched it. That's why I went with this one. This was expensive, but I mean, you get a big pan. Well, let's try her out. Oh yeah, that is pretty. That's pretty. I like that a lot. Yeah, that is definitely a nice shade. Does have a good amount of shimmer in it though, compared to the one in the pan. Oh, that's so pretty. It's great for my skin tone now that I'm a little more fair. And I don't mind like a bronzer having too much glow, especially on my forehead, because I don't have like a lot of texture up there and I don't have like a lot of breakouts. I mean, I do have some fine lines, but my forehead's pretty smooth, you know? So the shine is okay up there. It's mainly my cheeks where I'm like, this is applying very nice. Great for my skin tone. So if you have a skin tone similar to me and you don't like a really red cool tone bronzer, I feel like this is a nice good neutral shade. Has some warmth to it, but it does have like that yellow olive under hue. Got a little too heavy-handed over there. All right, she is a keeper. So you can see it does bring a good amount of glow. This is actually more glowy than the one in the palette, just because this is an ambient lighting bronzer. Let's see if they have regular bronzers. What shade did I say this was? Luminous Bronze Light, which is a medium bronze shade fused with Luminous Light, which I think is one of their finishing powders for softer candlelight warmth, ideal for light to medium complexions. Yeah, I don't see any other bronzers by them other than the ambient light and that lighting palette, so maybe their website. But anyways, overall I'm pretty happy with it and I'm gonna keep it. All right, so let's go back in with that Unbothered Lowlighter and just kind of add it on top. See how this goes on top of powder. I need a blush underneath this, but it is a pretty like blush topper highlighter. Yeah, it applies really nice over powder. It's really pretty if you don't want like a lot of blush, if you're not a blush girly and you just want a little bit. But I feel like I had to build up a lot to get good color output. So again, I'm going to use a blush underneath it in the future. So that's pretty much all the base products I have. I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera and then we'll come back to some eye makeup and some lip stuff. All right guys, scratch that. My eyebrow glue is drying. Let's apply some eyeliner. I did actually add a little bit of powder blush on top just because I felt like I wanted a little bit more color. So, all right, let's move on to the Kosas Soulgazer Intensifying Gel Eyeliner. I got this in Midnight Black. Nope, Hyponotize Intense Black Matte. It's supposed to be a waterproof gel formula eyeliner. I ran out. Actually, it broke. My favorite Clinique Intense Eyes gel liner that I like to tight line with on my waterline. So I wanted a new one, and we went with the Kosas. This is a gel formula. It does have a smudger in it, which I'm really looking forward to. A little sponge. Feels like a little eraser. Smudger. Also has, how do I get that out? There. The little sharpener. I want to sharpen it, and then there's a twist up gel. And I also like that it has this little like rubbery grip on it. So it's supposed to be waterproof. So we are just going to add a little bit of baby wing just on the edge, smudge it out, and then I'm going to use this on like my waterline to see how that goes. I'm also terrible at eyeliner, so please forgive me. Super creamy. All right, let's see if this will fix our symmetrics. I rarely do eyeliner like this, so I feel like it just made the line fatter. But I did smudge it out really nice. I did turn it into like more of like a gray. Did kind of like soften the black, but again, I don't really use black eyeliner like this. Usually use a brown, but it did make it more like a gray. So if you're looking for something that smudges out and stays intensely black, I don't know if this is the one for you. I'm gonna try them. I think the next time I'm gonna get the Makeup by Mario one just to compare, because I've heard good things about that. But yeah, if you're looking for something that stays intensely black, I don't think this is for you. But if you like a softer look, it's nice. I do like the little smudger on it. And this also comes in a lot of more beautiful colors, so maybe you'll get one in a really pretty color, because again, I don't really use black like this anymore. Let's try on my waterline. So you have to give it a few good passes, but I mean, there we go. Where I feel like my Clinique one just went zoop right on, so I do love the Clinique one. Maybe I'll get that again. But I mean, this is really good. Let's see how long it lasts. Definitely intensifies your eyes. Overall, so good. Like, it's good to have in the collection. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite, but it's really good. And if it lasts a long time, then it's a winner. All right, now I'm gonna finish my eyebrows and then we'll come back to mascara and lips. All right, not having a great eyebrow day, but that's okay. Actually, we're gonna use our new setting spray before we move on to mascara. And I picked up the One Size On Till Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. I love my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush Setting Spray. It is just now getting too glowy for me. I feel like I do use some like finishing powder afterwards just because it is more on the glowy side, but I loved it when I had dry skin. But again, my skin's now more oily, so I wanted to get like a mattifying setting spray. Heard really good things about this guy. Let's look at my skin before. It does have a lot of beautiful glow, like not like oily glow, but like product glow, which is really nice. We'll see what it does to it. Light as air and non-sticky, waterproof, transfer-proof setting spray. Locks makeup with an all-day matte finish. No touch-ups needed. Shake well before each use. Keep eyes closed during application. Hold 10 to 12 inches from face and spray in a circular motion. I don't know. I'm just going to do my usual thing. Hold my breath too because I feel like this might be very scented or something. Oh, geez, Louise. Let's just... Woo! Okay. Whoa, I actually love the spray on that. It's like hairspray. That's what it feels like. Hairspray. Just add it a little bit more. Definitely hold your breath. Definitely hold your breath. Burns my nostrils a little. I feel like it definitely kind of killed some of that shine. That's awesome. Whoa! What did it just do to my face? I love it. Based off first impressions, I love that. Love the applicator. It is very strong, very scented. Hold your breath. Don't shoot up your nostrils. It burns. But look what it did to my skin. Or is it just in my head? No, I feel like it killed some of my glow. I love that. My skin is looking stunning right now with all these products. Love this. Let's add some mascara. So I had the mini size of the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara, a lift, lengthen, and curl mascara. It's also a clean formula, which is great. I have very sensitive eyes. So I bought the full size and I didn't know that it comes in brown. Might have to try that next, but I got the After Midnight in the black just because I love this formula because it is a very dark black color. I love what this does to my lashes, so let's apply it. And the brush is very unique. One side has skinny bristles like a comb, and then the other side has more like thicker bristles, kind of like a brush. Does not smear on me, it does not flake throughout the day, so I just really love it. That's just one coat. Let's give her another go. Also love that this does not get clumpy at all. I love the definition, the separation, length, the curl. It does give a decent amount of volume. I wouldn't say a lot of volume, but like since it is such a dark formula, it makes it feel like you're getting a lot of volume. It's just stunning. I got some intense eyes today. So yeah, I just really love that mascara. It's such a good one. All right, let's move on to some lip products. So I did not purchase any lip products because I've been buying so many from the drugstore recently. Just like I've been trying a lot of lip products. So I did not buy any new ones. But it is my birthday month, so I got my birthday gift from Sephora. And I picked up the Makeup by Mario little gift set. This comes with his MoistureGlow Plumping Lip Serum in Rosewood Glow and an Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencil in Rich Mauve. So we're going to do this little combo. I feel like this is a decent size little lip pencil. Again, this is in the shade Rich Mauve. It is a wooden pencil. Sharpening required. So that is a really pretty color. It's not the creamiest formula, but it does feel like it's gonna stay in place, which is really nice. It's a really pretty color. And of course, it's a freshly sharpened pencil, so I was able to precisely place it where I want it. We'll see when it dies down how it goes. But it does feel like it's gonna be long lasting. All right, let's go in with the little MoistureGlow Lippy Plumping Lip Serum. This is in the shade Rosewood Glow. Very pretty mauve nude. Oh, goes perfectly with that pencil. Like the same shades. Right, as you can see, it's actually kind of liquidy. Not liquidy, but it's not. It has a more slippery, slippy feel. Kind of like a lip balm. That is really pretty. Gotta wipe that off though. Has a minty feel. Got a little on my tongue, so that doesn't taste great. I kind of want to pull it up to see. I want to read more about it real quick. Pause, please. Let's see. The Ultra Suede. Oh, look, this Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencil got an Allure Beauty 2024. Long wearing matte finish, full coverage. Does not feather or bleed. Also has lip lock technology, which extends wear the lipstick. And then let's pull up the lippy. I haven't tried too many products by him because it's been a hit or miss for me. I love my little concealer brush, but I tried another lip product by him I hated. But this, I actually really like that pencil, although it requires some sharpening. All right, here is the MoistureGlow Plumping Lip Serum. Comes in lots of colors. Regular ones that are just sheer and glowy. And then he also has some shimmer ones. Ooh. Hydrating, high shine finish, plumping. Definitely the shine is stunning. The lip plumper, a hydrating, melting, glossy balm, visibly plumps lips while delivering a dewy, shiny finish. It's not like a burning feel, it's more like a minty feel, which actually is really nice. Unique serum quickly melts onto the lips, visibly plumps, nourishes, and hydrates with a blend of conditioning vegan oils. $24, not bad. This is a mini size, so obviously you would get a lot more in the big size. I'm actually surprised how much I do like it. This color is a little dark for me. I mean, it's beautiful, but I would like to try one maybe with shimmer or maybe like a more nude color, more natural finish, but dang. All right, guys, so that was all the makeup products. I do have 2 other products that I want to share that I didn't get through the Sephora sale. I purchased online on Glossier's website, but these are available at Sephora. I just want to mention them real quick. If you haven't seen any of my beauty empty videos, check them out, but I'm always talking about natural deodorants. I'm always on the hunt for the next best natural deodorant, and you guys know that I love the Salt and Stone ones, but I have a new favorite, and I like it more, and it's by Glossier. So this is the deodorant by Glossier. So this is like your bottle, and then you can get refills in this little applicator, which I think is like awesome. Like you're saving on plastic and the refills are cheaper than the actual whole deodorant, and they are more affordable than Salt and Stone. I think the refills are only like $18, but what's great about this is it's a formulated without aluminum, so I'm always looking for a natural deodorant that doesn't have like aluminum in it, doesn't have any baking soda, doesn't have any exfoliating acids, and isn't made with water, whatever that means. The first one I tried is, I love the You perfume by them, so I got the matching deodorant. It's in the You scent. I used that up. I absolutely loved it. It smells so nice. It goes on really nice on my underarms. Didn't have any problems transitioning. Didn't like ruin any of my shirts. Sometimes natural deodorants like stain my shirts weird, but I haven't had any issues with that. Some natural deodorants don't like mask my BO or don't like prevent it. I can smell it a lot. I don't know, I must just have a strong BO. But these guys, these work wonderful and I love them. And they love that you can just buy some refills. They sell them at Sephora and I think only online Sephora, but they do some on the Glossier website. So I went through the You and then I bought the 2 other scents. I bought another You and then I got 2 other scents. The Orange Blossom Neroli and Sandstone. The one I'm using now is the Orange Blossom one. And it is a very pretty scent. At first I was kind of taken back because I was like, oh, it's different, it's interesting, but the more I smell it on my pits, the more I'm obsessed with it and love it. It's definitely a very springy, fresh scent. I do smell the orange, but I also get a very strong floral, but it's just really pretty and it masks my odor and I love it. And then the Sandstone one is more like your typical sandalwood scent. So they're all very nice. They're very beautiful. Once you use this up, You just pop this out and then click the refill in, which is awesome. And I find this doesn't get as messy as the Salt and Stone one would like cake all over the edges and just be like a more thicker formula. This is definitely a more creamy glide on formula. Like you don't really have to rub it on. It definitely goes on a lot nicer, stays a lot more clean, and I definitely love the applicator so much more. These are just so good. I'm obsessed. And then I got a freebie in my Glossier order, and this is their new perfume, Pore. So I got a little sample. Yeah, I didn't see it in the Glossier stand at Sephora. So if you are looking for it, it's actually, at least at my Sephora, they had it back on the perfume wall with like the new perfumes on display. So it wasn't with the Glossier collection, it was back with the perfumes. But this is an impression of you that opens with textured mineral salt, followed by a blend of ethereal florals, including sheer osmanthus and a creamy, addictive ylang-ylang, along with cashmere and apricot, a warm, musky base driven by ambro. Probably not pronouncing half those things right, but it's a wardrobe of skin scent enhancers that wear close to the skin and true to you with the same warm, musky base, which again smells a little different on everyone. So I did spray this on my skin when I picked up all my Sephora sale items, and I will have to say it is beautiful. It is just more of, for me, this would be more of like a going out perfume. I wouldn't want to wear this every day. I can wear the You every day because it's a more of a clean girl scent, but this is definitely really strong. It's super strong, but it is beautiful. It's very warm. It's warm, it's soft. Kind of has a more sensual nighttime scent, at least for me. It is beautiful. It smells really good, but it's definitely very elegant, warm, musky. Definitely more of like a date night perfume. I don't know if I get the full size because it is very strong and a little overpowering for my preference. I don't want to like walk in a room and blow everyone away with a perfume. I like something just if I'm standing close to someone, I smell nice. I don't stink. You know what I mean? That kind of perfume level. This is very strong. I did one little spritz and I feel like I'm going to smell this the rest of the day. It's very nice. It's just not my favorite. I still love the You the best. I do want to try maybe the other two, see if I like one of those, but definitely a really nice perfume. Alright guys, so that was everything in my Sephora haul. Let's talk about the products. My skin looks stunning. I will have to say, I definitely like the primer side better than the non-primer side. So this must have just given this foundation a really great base. Everything looks smoother and foundation went on even better. That is awesome. I definitely feel like my textures and pores look 10 times better compared to this side. So really liking that primer. The foundation is really beautiful and nice. We'll have to try it out a few times, but my skin looks stunning right now. Like, it looks beautiful. The bronzer I'm pretty happy with. I like that shade. It's definitely a good shade for me. It's not too dark. It's not too light. I think it's a really good undertone. Obviously, I love the mascara. The eyeliner was decent. And I love this little lip combo. Everything in this I really enjoyed. I didn't have any fails. The only two products I would say I'm a little on the fence with. I'm going to have to keep trying this little pot concealer. It did a really good job, but I think I just really have to still play around with it. I would say if you have really dry skin, I don't know if the soft matte pot concealer is going to be best for your skin. I also think maybe the shade is a little off for me because you can kind of still see the blemish and it kind of just made it look a little gray instead of concealing it. But overall, I think it did a really good job, especially over here and on my neck. I'll just have to keep playing around with it and see. Maybe it's just like the dry skin that it just didn't work great on. It's decent. We'll just have to keep playing around with it. And then the Danessa Myricks Lowlighter. Sorry, I just got a dent in it. Ugh. I do really like it. I think it's more like a blush topper. I think it's a great product, but I think it's going to be one of those finishing products where I put blush underneath and I just like apply this on top. More like a, kind of like a blush and highlighter in one. I definitely think it does a nice job blurring, but I mean, I can still see some of my texture. That's going to be with anything that's shimmery or shiny. I think I still like the blush formulas better than this just because it's more to my preference. I think I'm going to be in love with this. I am so shocked at what it did to my skin. Melted everything down and kind of tamed that shine and glow. Kind of mattified it a little, so now it looks great. We'll have to see how my skin goes throughout the day. We'll have to try this with like more tried and true like foundations and skin-based products because this is all like new stuff on my face. So, but just based off first impressions, I'm obsessed with this. This is good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you got anything that you absolutely fell in love with from the Sephora sale, or if you have any recommendations, I'm always looking for new recommendations. Please let me know down below. And don't forget, if you're new here, to subscribe before you leave. Again, I do all things beauty and a new video for you guys every week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.